What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to the Soundproof Hunger Room. Thanks for coming to hang out with us once again. I said as always, I appreciate the love. We appreciate the love. I recently done ran into some people that I ain't seen in a minute, but they say they checking in for the show, and we appreciate the love. We hope y'all continue to support us and look out this. We're gonna put them out when we get them. We took a little break, very little break, but we back. 18, how you feeling, brother?
Hey, you see the video with Big Tigger? Oh, my bad. How y'all doing?
Wow, way to jump into that.
Yeah, I just read it. Dog. What up, y'all? Welcome back. We back. Took a little break. We back. Yeah, you see the video with Tigger, though. And I ain't, I don't want to.
I didn't see the video. I saw the after. The thumbnail itself was like, okay, I'm done. Then I saw.
Hey, he might be innocent, man.
Really?
Yeah, the video don't show.
So they showed the actual video.
I mean, the ring cam. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He might have smacked it before. I don't know, but hey, man, let justice prevail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, y'all, it's cameras everywhere. Make sure you're living your life right, okay? Because you're gonna get caught one way or another.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's staying with us, though.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are really on the reason we do it. To be honest, because we appreciate, y'all.
Real deal.
Yeah, it's like I'm already at the end of the show.
Real deal, right? They're like, dang, they signing off already.
Right.
What I miss?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, we got to say congratulations to them New York Knicks. They went ahead and they won that championship.
53 years.
And I'm one of them people, like, I ain't never had anything against the Knicks. They beat us the last few years bad. But I was happy for them because it's one of the biggest markets in the NBA.
It is.
And it was past time for them, and they got it the right way. They didn't go and get a whole bunch of superstars and pile them together. They had one guy, and they built it off his back, and they was on his head. They was on his head because they was like, ain't no small guard gonna take a team to the championship. And he proved them all wrong.
Even with that, she was speaking on history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the last one to do it before him was like Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it was taken and ran with a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Because when the question was asked with her, she was speaking on history. And she was just like, it shows that you can't win with a guard 6'1" and under, or 6'1", small, what they consider small NBA guard. Mm-hmm. That's all she really said. But we pick it up, we ran with it. Now they killing her for it. The bad part about
she won't come off of
it. That's the bad part.
Yeah, she won't come off of it.
And Becky kind of respect it. You know what I'm saying?
But
she losing it though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, shout out to the real New York Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people that be real loud. We get to talk statistics. They don't know none of. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the real ones. We glad y'all back in the conversation.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all making an interesting conversation when it comes to talking sports. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice. You got to commend Brunson for his sacrifice in his contract to get this done. Like, that's something that's really not talked about.
Yeah.
The sacrifice he made in his contract to get this done. But it's a lot of history with them winning this championship, though, man. Like, I looked into it a little bit. It's a lot of history, father and son. You know what I'm saying?
College teammates.
Like, it's a lot with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess you said congratulations to the the New York Knicks and the real fans. If you live in Jersey, I don't know what to tell you because Brooklyn closer.
Yeah.
Then so I don't want to hear it from you.
Well, they can pick it.
You know what I'm saying? They can't. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn closer. You know what I'm saying?
You was out there hanging at the 40-40 club.
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z. Nah, you can't celebrate.
Now you all at Madison Square. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all, man.
For sure. Also, man, just for the players, they was like, we ain't going to the White House. And the owner,
ladies ain't going either.
Who?
The ladies.
Oh yeah,
ain't going either.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ladies.
Yeah, and the owner on this BS, And like you said, I want to commend the fans and the players for really holding it down for the Knicks.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
the owner want them to do whatever he want them to
Yeah,
do, and
he begging and
oh
pleading.
man, he be on some bull. And I remember when Spike Lee talked about how he didn't want to take nothing from the guy because they
Yeah,
got into a
he
couple.
paid for
He
his
pay for
tickets.
his
Yeah,
seats. He
pay
don't
for
do the
his
little
seats.
celebrity role. He
Yeah,
said I pay for all my
yeah.
stuff. I do it the right way.
Shout out to
So
Spike
shout out to Spike, man.
and the Spizikes too.
Yes, indeed. I need
I wear 'em.
bring the mids back. I don't like these
I
lows,
like the
man.
lows better.
Man, bring the mids back. I need the mids back, man. Anyway, man, let's get into the news, man.
Sneakerheads. You know what I'm saying? Bring the mids
What they
back.
talking about? All right, serious business. Carmelo Anthony verdict came out. They found him guilty. Um, what was interesting to me was it manslaughter, first degree? I can't remember.
I think I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Okay. What was interesting to me, and something we had already talked about before the verdict came out, because last time we did the show was the day before it went to trial. And what was interesting to me, which I had never seen in my lifetime, was once he was convicted, they gave him his time 3, 4 hours later.
I think everybody just wanted it to be done.
I've never seen that before.
I got you.
And they gave him 35 years. So at this point, when they went back, videos were released to the public to show and contradict what the jury decided on and what he was convicted on as far as him being the aggressor and things of this nature. The videos came out and it showed that he was not the aggressor. So now they were blaming the defense because they didn't have cameras in there. They were blaming the defense team um, that was in there with him, and now they're getting an appeal done, and they're getting these super lawyers. I don't know the lawyers.
They said they're
I
getting a
gotta
super team.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
getting a super team of lawyers that's going to go and fight for his appeal. But in the state of Texas, he still has to stay locked up
yeah,
during this
absolutely.
whole
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
So I hope they get this thing situated. To me, this was another case. First off, here in Texas. Um, Also, one of our close friends, Nairi, she lives in that county, and she talked about how she even spoke to a lawyer, and the lawyer told her personally that the cops and the county itself, they go after young black men. Like they specifically target young black men. So anytime they get in any kind of trouble, they're gonna throw the book at them. And I think we saw that on a national level with this. Well, we did see this on a national level with all of this stuff happening right now with Carmelo. What's your thoughts?
Young black boy. Like I said on my page, self defense is nothing that black people can use when you get in these courtrooms. It's nothing. It's not for you. It wasn't made for you. To get off using it is hard. It's gonna be hard. You see that they didn't even want us to see the video before it even the verdict was even decided.
Hmm.
Um, we can look at it from many different views. You know, lady did lose her son. You know, Carmelo, his family lost him in the same instance. You know, two lives are changed or gone. Gotta keep your hands to yourself, man. That's that's just me in a nutshell. Gotta keep your hands to yourself, man. Um, being like I don't think people understand, and I'm not using it like as a victim or something. But being black in America is it's real. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the easiest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even really raise your voice without somebody looking at it like, what the hell going
Hmm.
on over there?
Right.
You might be raising your voice in joy,
Hmm.
but they gotta analyze it first to find out what their comfort level is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To that point,
Go
you
ahead.
saw Virginia upheld that court ruling that said that black men are treated differently during traffic stops and discriminate against it and all of these things. And they upheld it. They tried to pull it down and say, nah, they don't get it. And the courts, federal courts was like, nah, y'all be treating the brothers wrong.
I mean, but some of that, what if we put a spin on that? Some of them cops black too.
We don't talk about that.
You know what I'm
You choose
saying?
the shield over your skin
You know what
color,
I'm
like,
saying? So I mean, some of them cops black too.
yeah.
But back to this. I hope these lawyers do what they got to do to get him off lesser time, just something. He's still a life that can be saved. You know what I'm saying? The dad been going crazy. I've been watching that a little bit. The young man that died, his dad been on the nut lately. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's voiceovers or what, but might be AI, but they going crazy.
Oh
You know what I'm
no, them
saying?
things look legit, like from his cell
Yeah,
phone.
you know what I'm
And his
saying?
den.
Like he propped that boy up and went crazy.
He
You know what I'm
wanted to get it
saying?
off his chest.
Right. It's a lesson to be learned. I hope black fathers are talking to their sons about the judicial system and how you could be innocent, but you're gonna be guilty.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, mind your P's and Q's and understand that if you swing on somebody of another race, you guilty first before
Mm,
you're innocent, no matter what the case is.
yeah.
That's how I look at it. That's how I'm going to always look at it. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with that. And I
Yeah.
and I think, to your point, when you look at the justice system and you want it to work how it's supposed to work, once you realize that you being a black person, a black man, dealing with a violent crime, that justice system is not going to look at
It's
you the
not it's
same.
not for you.
It's not for
Yeah.
you.
It's
And
not for you.
I recently looked at a documentary. If y'all get time, look at this documentary on HBO. It's called The Alabama Solution. And it talks about the prison systems and how they continuously funnel black people into the jail for free labor, basically.
Absolutely.
These people were going and they work in the jails. When they working in the jails, they work for free. But then some of them would go out and do the trash men or whatever it is that, and they get paid like $1 a day or $5 a
Yeah.
day or something like that. And they, the conditions in the jails are just so terrible to where all of the jails in Alabama had an uprising, a nonviolent uprising. And I don't want to tell too much, but if you get time, go look at that, the Alabama Solution on HBO. But it speaks to how the system is catered toward channeling black men into the jail for free labor, basically slavery, modern day slavery. I think it was another documentary on Netflix. I think the 13th Amendment or something like that that
With
talked
with
about
with that being said though, you don't want to be working for free, don't go to jail,
don't
bro.
go to jail.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
and that's what we're
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? Don't go to
Don't go to
jail,
jail. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was that. That's pretty much all I got. Like on serious news, like, that was the heaviest thing for me. Um, I guess we'll go into this. I'm gonna start with my boy Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith he done caught some more slack because he came out after the
Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony verdict came out a couple days later or a week later, when everybody was still talking about it because the videos and all that stuff came out afterwards. Juneteenth came up, and it was a mass shooting out in Chicago. It was a number of shootings that weekend, and Stephen A. Smith said, we, I don't understand why so many people are still caught up on this Carmelo Anthony thing when you have all these shootings out here in Chicago. The problem I have with that statement is you can't look at one thing because it's a mass situation versus the other thing because it's one isolated situation. At the end of the day, it's violence. At the end of the day, it's crime that was committed. But you also have a track record for leaning towards conservative values or being a puppet for a white man. And that's where the problem comes in for Stephen A. For him to come out and say something like that. And a lot of people was getting on him like that. And also they always challenge him. He's quick to talk about the negative things, but what are you doing to help? Or what are you doing to change the narrative that you're promoting or that you arguing at, that you fussing at? So that was the first thing I had about Stephen A. Smith. On the flip side of that, and I usually don't give him kudos too often, but I will. What he's been doing lately on his podcast, which I've always hated, but what he has done lately, he's getting activists that stand on different
Yeah,
sides of
yeah.
the aisle to
And
debate.
the debate.
And these are great people on both sides, I'll say,
Mhm.
that you don't normally hear about. Like the first one I saw was when he had Gary Chambers Jr. on
Yeah.
there. versus Officer Tatum.
Yeah.
That was just a dragon. Chambers drag. It was not even a contest. Then he had Isaiah Martin on there talking to Royce White. That one was I say it was a slight dragon. Slight. Then he had the one most recent was dang it, what's the guy in here? It was a guy that works here. He worked with Kasim Reed. He also worked on Obama's campaign, and he was talking to Anton Daniels. And that one was kind of. That's when you start looking at okay, that's where I start looking at why do we always have to say I'm a Democrat or a Republican? Because some of the stuff, and I don't like Anton, but some of the stuff he said made sense, but he was coming from a place of elitism.
That's him. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to the hood. What up, though?
Yeah.
I ain't said I ain't.
Yeah. No, I don't get at you on them because I know how you feel about it.
You do me like that. Hold on.
But I get Stephen A. Smith, and he usually doesn't say a whole lot, so he lets them go. So I think with him using his name and his platform to get these lesser known people in spaces that stand on different sides of the aisle to have these conversations and get it out there. That's all I had on Stephen. What you got?
I think sometimes he says things to get people thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like if we gonna have an uproar about this one, why we ain't got an uproar about this one too? Why we ain't got an uproar about the one there? Why has it gotta be certain ones we feel like we so attached to and other ones we can just look over? Sometimes I'll kind of look at some of the things he say like that. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I can't defend you on this one. Oh, you wild.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I think that's what he gives us, excuse me, he gives us more credit than a lot of people deserve. And he thinks that we are thinkers. And which a lot of us are, but some of us we hear what you're saying, we don't analyze it. We just quick to respond. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at a lot of things he said. The debate thing he's doing is great. I only caught the one with Isaiah when he was killing White.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But White been he played the NBA. White been mayor of Minnesota and all. Like White be all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Heavy Trump supporter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I just like to see people of intelligence express it on that level, where it's me against you. It ain't you in your room, I'm in my room. We're going to war.
Right.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because both sides ain't gonna always be wrong, and I think that's one thing that we have to understand. Like both sides are never always gonna be wrong. You might not like it,
right?
But with both sides ain't always gonna be wrong.
Right. That's what I agree with.
Yeah, because for Stephen A, he is who he is, man. Like I could take him or leave him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where I am. That's why I'm wearing a lot of these days. You know what I'm saying? I could take it or leave it, dog. Like I don't even watch sports as much as I used to. I'm on
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying? And not just because of him, because my interest as I got older just changed. You know what I'm saying? And sports doesn't dominate like it used to. You know what I'm saying? So.
I agree with you. Yeah, you can have Stephen A. I don't need it. But I give kudos what kudos will do. I'm that guy. Moving on. Brandon Marshall, ex-football player, podcaster, recently put a video out of him waking his son up at 2 a.m. in the morning and making him run outside as he drove next to him as punishment for not listening. The internet went crazy. You had a lot of people that said he was right for doing what he was doing. A lot of other people said he was wrong for what he was doing. What's your thoughts?
Did Adrian Peterson get locked up for whooping his kid?
So
this man don't touch his kid. He just make him run, and that's a problem too. Stay out of my household, man. But you ain't got to record everything.
That's what I was about to say.
you ain't have to know.
That's what I was about to say.
I'd rather see it on somebody's ring cam or something.
Right.
Yeah, they doing versus you posting it. So maybe you think it was the greatest thing you ever done that you was like, I got to show everybody, but you didn't.
This is my thing. My whole point is when I post stuff, what do I want people to get from it?
Come on, man. You want the reaction. Brandon Marshall kind of got like ego like that.
Yeah, he do. and that's what I'm like, why would you post something? I'm not gonna post me discipline my children, especially and that, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a great thing.
This what I'm gonna say about that though. He's giving you an alternative than beating your kids. because a lot of people just quick to knock the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he's saying, I don't like hitting my kid, but I will punish him this way,
So,
I got to look at that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't hit their kids like they used to.
oh,
You
so
know
why
what I'm saying?
not? So why not just say that as opposed to me getting up
Because
and
he
recording it?
want the video, man. That's the times we live in.
It's just
There's
ridiculous.
gonna be a video, dog. We might not even. We might say he I ain't believe him because there wasn't no video. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to look at that aspect of it
I
too.
do mess with people like that. I'm like, you cook? And
Yeah.
you be like, nah, I ain't seen the video. You ain't cook.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So if that's, giving an alternative, like I don't believe in timeout. So I'd rather have my kid run down the street than tell him I go stand in the corner. I don't even want to look at you. Get out of the way. Get off my walls. Remember mom used to say that? Don't touch my walls.
I used to do that when I was a camp counselor. If my kids got, of course we couldn't put our hands on them.
Right.
So what I would do, hey, don't give me 20. And stand there, I'm gonna stop everything. You give me your 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
Now you holding up the whole group.
Absolutely.
Do your 20 push-ups.
Right. So
and that was that.
Yeah. So I mean, he's giving an alternative than putting your hands on kids because that's getting you locked up. So
yeah. He called a lot of heat for it, but my whole thing was that don't record it. My thing, you ain't got to put your business out there like that. That's all. But
I was
like you said,
I was looking at the houses in the neighborhood.
You already know he's making it. So
yeah.
Moving on, talking about some more celebrities. Oprah Winfrey recently had a speaking engagement, and she decided to start talking about the late great Whitney Houston. And she was speaking about Whitney Houston's first visit to her show when Whitney slipped and fell. She didn't get hurt or nothing. She got up, did the show, was real cool about it or whatever. But now Oprah Winfrey decided to come out and tell everybody that Whitney was high as a kite. What are your thoughts on that?
It gave her, it put Oprah Winfrey back in the household. Don't nobody talk about Oprah. You know what I'm saying? So, they say, what, press is good press or something like that, whatever they say. Don't nobody talk about Oprah Winfrey. If that's what she needed to use, get her name back out there, she used Whitney because Whitney ain't here to defend herself. No matter what the bodyguards say, the mama say, Whitney ain't here to defend herself, so it don't matter. Like I always say, black women are always the hardest on each other. So this is another example. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't be laughing.
I'm just
it's been a running theme.
Yeah. This is another example. We don't know. We wasn't there. May Whitney rest in peace. Oprah, find something else to do, and let's move on.
I look at it as some of these people just at the end of the day, they look like us, but they necessarily would do everything they can to take a shot at somebody else that looks like us. Because she still ain't said nothing about Harvey Weinstein. That was her homeboy.
She's not going to.
I know, but this is the point that I'm making. Because her and her homegirl Gail, they will make their business to highlight. Didn't they do the video? Didn't they do the documentary on Michael Jackson as well?
I think so.
So they would go out of their way to try to degrade black celebrities at every opportunity they can. But when it comes to the white celebrity, we don't get that same energy from them. So for me, it's kind of like, what you getting out of this? What's your agenda?
As we seen with Kanye, you can't disrespect who pay you. And Oprah definitely loves her money. She loves her fame. She loves all that, and she's not gonna sacrifice that for you niggas. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna do it. What she is gonna do is, like you said, what word you use? Degrade?
Degrade.
You've been reading, my brother.
Yeah, a little bit.
She gonna
actually out of your book
Oh, you still reading that, huh?
I'm not reading it. I'm listening to it. I'm not gonna read the book.
Oh, okay. I won't.
That's an inside joke.
No, it ain't. I won't be part of the book club next week because I didn't read Crespo's Choice. It's not an inside joke. You know what I'm saying? I will not be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch the refrigerator light cut off as I try to close the door. Sorry, buddy. Next time, think about the rest of it. It's not yourself. You know what I'm saying? That is not a secret. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but back to what we talking about.
That's why I don't nobody like you.
I'm just saying, I won't be around. Sorry, Joel. I won't be there. Yo. Yeah, yeah, man. This, we gotta do better, man. I forgot where I was at. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it as we gotta do better, man.
Oh man.
I don't. I respect Oprah as a black woman. I don't like how Oprah moved. I don't like how she still moves, but she's not for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to bash. I don't want to bash her, but she's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Oprah's never been my cup of tea. So I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? I just think that Whitney, let us remember Whitney at this point. One thing y'all we was talking about though, is can't just all say good about things about people when they had bad. It's who makes their legacy. You know what I'm saying? But to say she was high and you don't have no solid proof, you just gossiping. You just want your name out there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just what this was. Like, don't nobody. I before you said it, bro. I can't remember last time I heard somebody say something about Oprah Winfrey. Like for real.
I ain't been there.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just a little quick little nod to get her name, let y'all know she's still living.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah. And like you were saying, for me with them like super, super rich black folks like that, and not saying that Oprah showed off her stuff because she created her networks, created jobs.
I mean, yeah, she got it. She got it out the mud.
She did her thing.
Can't take that away from her.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't take it away. But a lot of them, I look at them, and once they get to a certain level, they don't really move or think, which they can't, like they did before they got there. You have to move differently, and you have to protect the things that got you in those positions. So I don't really take whatever they have with a grain of salt. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
They ain't in my tax bracket, so I really ain't. It's whatever. It's on TV or on your phone now. So that's that. Moving on. UK actor Daniel Olewo.
Damn.
Oelowo.
All right.
There we go. I got it. I don't want to butcher the man's name.
Too late.
He was on a podcast recently, and he was speaking about he actually played Martin Luther King in the movie Selma. And on the podcast, he was asked how was he able to assimilate Southern accents. And he said, really, because he's African, but he's from UK. And he said, what I did was I speak Nigerian, I slow it down, and add a little bit of servitude. So it was at that point that everybody was like, now, wait a minute, bro. You going to sit here and tell all Southern folk that they speak with servitude. And he got a lot of slack for it, a lot of slack. So much that he came out the next day and had an apology. And the apology was, to me, was just like the white folks that say nigga. It was the same type of apology. Now, that's what you saw in the clip. So I looked at most of the podcast. Prior to that, and this is where you can use context, but and where he was trying to say versus what they put out. So prior to that, he was talking about when he started acting and he got here in the States, that in Black Americans felt like he was taking their roles and things of that nature. He was saying how he felt like, why do we always have to have these divisions all over the world? Like he said, even when he was in the UK, because he was African, certain people wouldn't deal with him. So now he's here in America because he's UK, certain people don't deal with him and this and that. And that's when it went into him speaking about what he said he had to do to get that accent versus it being said that this is what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said this is just what I use.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that.
Yeah, so the context, and that's where the context comes into play. Yeah, and so you get that clip, and it's literally him saying, black folk in the South speak with servitude.
Right.
That's how it came out.
Yeah.
So I want to give him, a little grace for that, and that's where editing and context does come into play, to where you just can't just run with what you see right away. But that apology was some, yeah.
Look, it's a lion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't think of old boy podcast. What's his name? Godfrey.
Yeah.
Godfrey's podcast. that's what it was on. And he brings a lot of international entertainers
Yeah.
to the podcast.
They deserve it.
They have a
They
great show.
deserve
I
it.
can't think of the name of it right now, but they have a great
Yeah.
podcast, and they talk about that lineage and that differentiates American entertainers and international entertainers.
Yeah.
That look like
A
us.
lot of talent.
Yeah.
A lot of talent over there, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I can't
indeed.
deny it. You got Snowfall.
Yeah.
You got Idris Elba doing everything.
Everything.
You know what
He's
I'm saying?
popping up doing DJ sets at the house.
So my man, you just mentioned, hey man, they talented, man. In that business, man, talent wins.
Yeah.
So hey, they didn't take your role. It wasn't yours. They took a role.
They worked harder to get it.
It's just like people at the place. You took my line. I didn't. I didn't.
I got the time.
Yeah. I did.
I tell them keep clocking.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Jay-Z
Jigga
partners with Target to release the 30th anniversary of his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. They only gonna be available. The vinyls are only gonna be available in Target. What's your thoughts?
I'm looking for my Target people to go grab one so I could say I bought mine from them. I don't know where they got it from. They could have stolen it. I don't know, but I bought mine.
Where else
from
they
them.
gonna get it from?
I don't know where they got it from. You know what I'm saying?
Target, all people got it.
I be seeing people selling shrimp and shit off a bike, so I don't know where they got it from, dog. You've been in a cigar lounge. My man walk in with the prongs. I got to eat prongs over here.
You on one today?
I'm just saying. Am I lying?
You're not lying.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? I got these steaks, got these
the little ACs. Come outside. It's a pickup truck.
Come on, man. So I mean, I'm
fans.
gonna be like, oh, really? How much? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my copy.
You got a record player?
I'm getting one. Not because of that though. I've been
no. I feel
yeah.
Let me tell you why.
I just don't like your comment either.
What?
Because you already had a record player for like 2 months. Now.
Yeah, I only had it for 2 months. But let me tell you where the problem is started. And this is why I'm talking about it. I remember we talked about it when I told you see how vinyl kind of making a comeback?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about that. My thing is that, and so with my vinyl, I realized that I'm not gonna just sit down and just listen to an album when I can.
I would.
When I can, because it's easier to just Bluetooth your phone to a speaker or whatever. And so on an album, on a vinyl, you have maybe the old school ones. I get most of the jazz ones. You're gonna have 4, maybe 5 tracks on one side.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to flip it over and you got the rest of the album on there. So if you're not used to doing that and it being a situation, this is what I'm doing right now, you're not gonna be doing something else simultaneously. You're gonna have to sit and watch.
Let me paint this picture for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a good 70-degree day. We sitting on the porch. Okay.
I'm listening.
We got spirits and smoke.
Okay.
Hey dog, put that Miles Davis on. Put that mile on.
Mm-hmm.
What we gonna do? Because we don't do too much talking.
Right.
What we gonna do?
I'm gonna hit the phone.
Nah,
the iPod.
Man, no.
Yeah. See that what I'm saying?
That's what you got.
The
appreciation for the clarity.
Yeah.
All that is on that vinyl, man.
I agree with you.
You got to have that.
But I don't think the average person.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about me and you. We on
Okay.
the porch. Average person ain't on the porch.
You're right.
So we get the appreciation for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So in that space, you're comfortable with buying the Jay-Z out? Because I'm not gonna want to hear, like, when I think of vinyl, I'm thinking about songs that came out on vinyl, albums that came out on vinyl. These albums weren't on vinyl.
For a DJ though, this is a
oh
gift.
Yeah, DJ, yeah,
this is a gift.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do so much.
And us as music collectors, even though now we phone everything, it's also a gift because it's a couple I already got tucked away that I'm just waiting to get the record player. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got record players with CDs on them now. They got record players you can plug your USB in.
Yeah, the
So,
one I got is Bluetooth as well.
You see what I'm saying? So there's certain things that I wouldn't mind hearing on vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm with it. I'm with it. So which one of y'all that you ain't really ain't standing for nothing? That's gonna go in there and grab that for me, and then I'm gonna get it from you. I bought my. I don't know where you got it.
You ain't even answer the question. You doing
What's
a Kurt
that?
move right now.
What you
I
mean?
said, how'd you feel about him?
Oh, okay, my
partnering with
bad.
the-
See, my bad. I done went somewhere else. My bad. I mean, Jay-Z told y'all a long time ago, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. He told y'all that.
Yeah.
So this ain't anything Jay-Z do. Don't surprise me when it's against something we trying to do. I'm just not surprised, man. You know, I've been, that's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what his view of the whole thing is. What if I told you he might not agree with everything that we saying? You know what I'm saying? He might be like, oh, they tripping. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to this bag because I don't agree with everything. He really don't say nothing really about his political views. Not too much. So I mean, you never know.
Right.
So Jay-Z, do your thing, man. I can't even get people to stop eating pork. So I mean, we what we doing?
But this is one of the things that we've seen in our lifetime that our generation did was pull away from Target. And not completely, but enough to where they was like, hey, I got to bring y'all money back up through here. And for somebody that a lot of people look up to, and this is the thing I always tell people, y'all don't look up to Jay-Z for his blackness. You look up to him because of how much money he can make. And he's made that very clear, like you were saying, that he is about his hustle.
Yeah, I mean that's
so you don't look for him for the blackness. You don't. He's black and he makes a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying.
So you don't look to him like you got the other brother that he's rich and he goes in the community and he's trying to teach black people on how to put their money away and buy this and buy that. And he even say like y'all ain't listening. You know,
he ain't married to Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that too.
That's what it's all about. The glitz and the glamour, man. They always say, man, how can I teach you to get somewhere I ain't never been? And Jay-Z has got somewhere starting off in music that wasn't probably even nobody even thought it could happen. Yeah. So he's respected like that. His moves, like, you'll forgive him before a lot of people turn him off.
Yeah, unless it affected you personally.
Yeah.
Because Dame going out bad right now.
Shout out to my dog Dame.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna take over from him.
Shout out to my dog Dame.
Cut the cameras off, dog. Put the phone down.
Stop rapping, Dame.
Stop.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Cut it out. Yeah, let that little girl go back to work. Just stop. Like I don't even want to talk bad about him because now I feel bad for him. And I just want him to do.
Shout out to Big Dame.
Go ahead and be a grown man and just cut the cameras off, bro.
Shout out to Dame.
Oh man! One more thing before we get up out of here that I can think of. T.I. Shout out T.I. His new album dropped. We'll talk about that in a minute. And he went to the Breakfast Club and he spoke about Ray Daniels, saying that Ray Daniels earlier mentioned that T.I. chases hits. And so when T.I. went to the Breakfast Club, he said pretty much, Ray Daniels, you're not from Atlanta, so you don't have anything to do with Atlanta business. You're a music guy, stick to music. Don't talk about Atlanta business. What's your thoughts on that?
You went to school with Ray Daniels, right?
Yeah, I went to school.
So you was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
So he's been here most of his life because he's around our age. He's about our age.
Yeah.
He's 48 to 50.
He's 47.
Okay, so he's right behind you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ray Daniels put on for Atlanta in ways I ain't like you would think he was born here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's never said he was born here. Ray Daniels do a lot of stand-up things. Some things that he say I just don't agree with. You know what I'm saying?
He in the community.
But he is in the community. Would you rather Ray Daniels said who's in the industry or me and you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if we say it, let me change that. If I say it, I'm a hater.
Right.
If you say it, well, you from College Park. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Like, see what I'm saying? But Ray Daniels is respected in the industry.
Right.
he gave an opinion. You didn't like his opinion.
Mhm.
Now he can't. He ain't from Atlanta.
Yeah.
More reasons why I don't mess with dog.
Mm.
More reasons why I don't mess with dog.
I this is my thing. And like I said, I love both of them. But you have to know what kind of person T.I. is. He one of them guys like, if I bump into you, he taking it all the way up through there. He ain't gonna be like, oh nah, it's straight. You know, if you do something crazy, he gonna get crazier. He's not gonna match your energy, he's gonna surpass it.
Okay.
That's what type of person he is. Versus somebody, you know, you bump me, you got it, whatever. Go about your business.
Unless I'm around.
Yeah, you be ready to go.
Let's go. Hold on. What we doing?
Right.
Good?
Me, I'm like, worry about that. I got other stuff to do, right? So that's how I look at it. And Ray, shout out T.I. Ray brought up a point which I didn't know that T.I. went to McNair for a minute and they were there at the same time. So it's kind of like for him to kind of call him out on that, I was like, yeah, it's a little different. And that's why I say I think, well, I know, you know, T.I. he gonna take it all the way up through there. And they cool. They ain't got no beef with each other, you know, and they ain't got no beef with each other. And I think what happens is that I think now, and this is what I tell people for natives, we've always had this thing where, you know, when all the transplants came and people that was here, and it was always something negative. And I think now it's just hyper. It's hyper to where um, everybody's just kind of like, oh, I'm from Atlanta and this and that. And if you ain't from here, you can't do this. If you ain't from here, you can't say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, it's overkill at this point. Like you said, if you was pretty much here from middle school, elementary school
Like
to
you
middle
from
school,
here.
you from here.
Yeah, you
know what I
from
mean?
here.
Because most of the time, they say as a young boy, in between the ages of 8 and 12 is your most, you know, where you're gonna pretty much show who you are and create who you are as a person. I think like 8 to 14 or something like that. So if you here around them ages and you are being groomed and you in the city, you ain't in and out and this and that, you are raised here. You know, so I don't see a problem with all of that. But people, it's a whole hyper thing now to just be like, I'm from Atlanta and you ain't, so you can't talk about it and this and that. So I get it. I get it. And even go ahead.
Criticizing and hating have so blurred lines
Mm,
that it's like you can't say nothing no more. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like you could ask somebody their opinion. That's the crazy part. Hey man, how you feel about this? You be like, oh man, that shit was trash. Oh man, you a hater. You don't understand
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know
right
what
out the
I'm saying?
top.
Like you be like,
Right
well,
out the
you
top.
ask me a question. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could have handled that behind closed doors, but I guess you know the new thing is if you say it out loud, I can say it out loud too. Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
Uh, y'all come to the table about that and make peace and move on.
Yeah.
Is it true? All depends on where you stand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see nothing coming from it. I think it's just more so them really just speaking their mind and it just came out. Like I say, even with Ray, when he had his response to it, he wasn't trying to be like I'm standing on this and this and that. He
Yeah,
just pretty much was like, hey man, I just said what I said and this is what I meant by what I said. So
yeah,
it wasn't even like he was trying to say because he said I'm not taking shots. He was just again context. It was context where he said he was talking about the proposed verses
yeah.
that T.I. would win in, and he even said T.I. is my favorite solo rapper in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He said that.
No matter what he said, man, that's
He said it.
all he heard was he chasing his.
Yeah, yeah, and
That's
that's
all he
what I
heard.
say. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's about all I got, brother.
Did you see that Buffalo Bills are not
I
taking
just saw
um
OJ Simpson.
OJ Simpson to the Ring of Honor when they move? They
Yeah.
opened a new stadium this year and they said they not rolling, they're not taking OJ with them. How you feel about that?
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ain't it?
I don't like it. Because my thing is that before OJ in the Buffalo Bills, and let's just look at his stats. Number one, because we're talking about football, right?
Absolutely.
And we're talking about the football stadium, right?
Yeah.
So you look at his stats. You look at what he did during those times and everything that he was doing for that organization. You gotta put his name in there.
Obviously they saying no. They saying they ain't taking it.
I think it's foolish, and I think we're in the times now to where people are looking at. So when you do that kind of stuff, you got to look at everybody's. After I don't stop singing and stop writing songs and stop acting, if I end up becoming a crackhead, that means you got to take my awards away from me. That means you got to take away all this stuff that I did. You know what I mean? If I made some bad decisions, you know, based off of whatever, but I did the work, the stuff is there. Do you now just not even, you don't have to celebrate me, but if the plaques are there, leave the plaques where they at.
We celebrate Columbus, but we don't celebrate OJ. That's all
You
relative.
you hit the nail on the head.
You know what I'm
right
saying?
there.
But you can't tell people what to do in their house either.
That too.
So
That too. And
shout out to OJ. You'll never die to me.
The juice.
You'll never die to me. You know what I'm saying?
Juice.
and when we was in Bogota, you had to see me run like the juice. Goddamn Bogota.
Real quick before we leave, thoughts on the T.I. album.
I'll be called a hater, so I ain't in the mood. You know what I'm saying? I'll be called a hater, so I'm just gonna let it.
Well,
y'all enjoy.
I'm gonna say this.
Y'all enjoy. Let me say this one thing.
Ahead.
The song was too big for the album to sound the way it does. The lead single was way too big for the album to sound the way it does.
I give you that.
I'll say that.
It set the bar very high. And the album was
Timber.
in the middle. For me, all the songs that he didn't have a singer on, great. Every song that had a singer on it, out of there. So it was like a mixtape to me. And so it was.
Shout out to my boy Bert. You know what I'm saying? He is Atlanta's top foster kid. Because he wasn't born here, but he put on for Atlanta no other. Me and him going back and forth on Facebook right now. So
I saw it earlier.
I'm gonna let it be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So anyway, man, again, we appreciate y'all for stopping through, hanging out with your folk. Once again, like I said, all the people I keep running into that's like, man, y'all keep doing it. I watch all the shows. We appreciate y'all, man. We're going to keep doing it. We're doing it for y'all because we enjoy having the conversations and we like sharing these with everybody.
When your book club meet?
I'm going to talk about that later. I'm going to talk about the book club later. You just couldn't help yourself. You just couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't. My bad.
Hey, man, what you got, man?
Yo, get out there and have some fun. Not too much. We still of age of falling asleep in public.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
In the
take
heat.
care of them babies. Teach them something. Take care of each other. Teach each other something. You grown-ups.
Drink some water.
Drink some water. Have some sex.
Get some sleep.
Get some sleep. Eat a little healthy.
Eat your meat.
All right, y'all gotta go, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Come on.
Hey, man, y'all be easy.
Yeah,
hold it in a row.
You know all right, man, I gotta go.